Hello, friends and family, people's boyfriends, people's girlfriends, exes, and co. Welcome to another episode of Celeb Speaks podcast. I am celebrity, and of course, I speak for a living. Today, many thanks to Tom Bolo for this lovely drink over here. So Bolo Papa. They do pineapple juice, ginger juice, asana, whatever. Hey, they have a nice local bar. So if you want anything like that, for your weddings, anniversaries, parties, contact Tom Bolo on 0205282277. Before we delve into the matter for today, make us sip some Tom Bolo, so Bolo. At the end of the year. So today we are talking about the DWP matter. I'm sure everyone of you over the weekend has heard about Quables talking. It's only Afronita we've not heard from, but we've heard the two sides, which is good for us to have, a discussion on. So we've heard Quables speak. We've heard from DancegodLlyod. And I want to ask a question. After hearing both sides, who do you believe? Why now, Junidi? Who do you think is lying? I know who you are talking about, but keep it to yourself. Let's start this discussion. Unfortunately, I was supposed to have a discussion with some people that matter in the industry, but their schedules were not so. But they are still going to come. We still have this conversation at length. But today, I want to give my unsolicited opinion on this particular issue. So let's start with DancegodLlyod. You said you had a talent, you were somewhere a shaman playing football, and then you went for a movie premiere, a movie shoot, and then you met your old-time friend Quables. You spoke at length, and then he agreed to help you. Charlie, help you. And the gentleman from the interview he did with Kojo Shelde, he said he put his career not on hold though. He stopped everything he was doing. At that time, I remember this gentleman. If you Google his name or anything, you could see some jobs and some gigs he was doing. He was like at his peak. He was getting there. By now, content creation and stuff, Quables would have been gone by now. But the gentleman said no. He said, Odakra, no on that because, he saw the need. He knew you were a superstar in school. You were a very good dancer. He wanted to help you. And so he had to put his, aside. He didn't say on hold though, stop cry, and then said, okay, my brother, let me just help you. You came together, brought Afro Beast. And Afro Beast, from what, the research I've done, he was a very good dancer. My brother went to school with him at Adonting. So, Afro Beast was equally, good from senior high school. So it was good that, you also saw, Dance God also saw that your brother was equally good. Now, CM, Fanning brother, and the three of you, built the DWP thing. From what Dance God came to say some years back on the Delay Show, and I would play this. I want you all to listen to what he said when he went on the Delay Show. And then we come back to, fast forward today, what Dance God is saying. Let's listen.
I didn't have any conversation with anybody, funny enough.
You just left?
That is how I live my life.
No. So this is the wrong audio. Let's listen to DancegodLlyod's interview with Delay 2 years ago.
Quables told me everything, like what I have to do, take my social media serious, because I was in any phone cry. I shot 201 bin and yeah 1 or 2. But I started learning under him, or the member core companies will dance for free, teach them for free, how to teach, how to even perform, how to even go about the way I talk, the way I dress, everything. Like it's actually my angel on earth.
Okay. Quables is actually your angel on earth. So Dance God, what happened? From he was your angel on earth to where we are now. What really happened? Like that's you just talk only when you meet at events. You say hello and then you just pass. And from what Quables was saying, that particular day he even saw you. You spoke, hi, and then you went and talked behind his back to a mutual friend. Why do people do that? Like, see, the gentleman didn't put his career on hold or say, I'm pausing it, and then, later when you hit, then I continue. He literally stopped all he was modeling. He had this advertising thing going on. And from what you said, he was like a guru in advertisement. So, by now, boy, gentleman, cash out. Then he decided to, start building your dream with you. You co-founded GWP. It was a good thing. Now he became a manager. This is what I think people do not understand. It's different when you are founders. And there has to be a contract. Because Charlie, business, there has to, people are greedy nowadays. I'll share my this thing with you. Back in university, most of you that know me know I didn't start with this podcast. Neither did I start with Shea Show. I started Wakanda News. Yes, it rings a bell, right? So while we're in school that I started Wakanda News, I had so many great ideas, and I'm a people's person. I really wanted to help so many people, but Charlie, and so when we're in school, it wasn't, of course, I wasn't the only person in journalism class. There were people who were equally good as myself. So I had this show that I had segments on the show. I had the Wakandainment, the news segments, and then the trends. And I was doing it alone. So for some time, I wanted to, bring friends on board. I realized some people were so good. I wanted to bring them on board. Hey, I tried one episode, 1, 2, and later I realized, like, I'm helping you. We are doing this together. It was my show. Oh, I said, Charlie, if you want to do it, just come. I'll give you camera. I was renting at that time. I was paying an editor to edit everything. You just come, do your thing, and go. And I was hearing what it's why I say, hey, and I'll show as soon as you show no die, like the new people I brought, they were rather saying, say, show me your mom there. And I was like, huh? There was this time also that I brought a female friend on my show, this same Wakanda News show. And I went to interview, boys, waiting man do man. I went for this show. I was supposed to interview this gentleman. I won't mention his name. So I went to this interview. I, spoke to the person at length. The person agreed. You call studio hall. It was time for me to interview this person. I got there. The gentleman is like, hey, but if the lady interviews me, it will be fine. Oh. And it was, a passing comment. Me who understand lady na me didn't ban me show, so like to do another segment after the interview, I was like, hey Richie, let me interview him. So there will be a man and a woman. I'm like, wow, but hey, jale. Like on me, my show. And you see, that is what I think Dance God is doing. In the sense that yes, you had the, you were gifted, but you always need somebody to, help you bring out that gift. The gentleman sacrificed himself. And now that, you guys could have also, you've trained people all right. So then, you are leaving and you don't say, oh, now I feel like, oh, I've gotten here and, you are not a match anymore. I feel like, no, I would want to go and explore other things. I don't think Quables would say, no, any other thing. But you just leave without saying anything to the person that helped you get to where the person you claim is your angel on earth. Just 2 years ago, interviewee. And if you look at the interview, his mannerisms were so different. He was so humble and Quables he's my angel on earth. And look at the interview he did just 2 days ago with Kojo Sheldon. Like, it's just, ungratefulness is just written all over his face. I have nothing against Dance God. Charlie, we love you. One thing I love about you is how you express yourself through the dance when you're dancing. It's one thing to be a dancer, and it's one thing, being somebody that knows the moves. You put yourself into the dance. And I think that was what Quables was saying, that all of us cannot shine in a group. So they, put you as the face of the group. And you were always getting them the gigs. And there's nothing wrong with it. But as I say, no person would which is for the three of you. What you say? So the questions I wanted Kojo Sheldon to ask you, Dance God, and I think Kojo Sheldon's interview with Dance God, he didn't really ask so many questions at length. I think he realized Dance God wasn't really ready to speak on the whole thing, and so on. Also, realized Akan was talking about his career now, but the way he spoke with Quables at length on what is happening right now, that wasn't what happened. Let's listen to this interview. Why Dance God is doing this. He will be our angel on earth. Now you say whatever. Let's listen to this.
So in this, I just want to establish, Quable played the role of you becoming the brand Dance God, the Dance God.
God.
Because you said it in an
God
interview.
used Quables.
Quables.
Yes.
To actually, teach you the rudiments.
Be there for me when no one was there.
Okay.
God used Quables. Nankasaka a wrong answer. Like it's not like there's a right or wrong answer. But definitely God will pass to somebody. But he's asking you, so he Quables, yes, no, there's nothing wrong with agreeing to the fact that somebody brought you out. And no end to fame, so it wouldn't make you less of a human being or less of the DancegodLlyod that we know you. But if you appreciate people, there's one thing people do not know. Say, Ebia, where I am now, no, I would always mention this gentleman. Said he was the person that believed were in first, second year in university, and it was my whole week celebration. We want to do a donation, and they were like, "Oh, minimum casa," so I should just. He said, "Oh, celebrity come, and then let's." Presents the whole donation thing, and then that was it. Right after that, I had this wakan. I had wanted to do this thing, and he was the one that sacrificed and said, "May the camera beba. Whenever you want to shoot, let's go and do it. Cyber, wherever you are." Mr. Baby I'll mention his name because he was the one that brought me out. I mean, on no check camera see me, so he was doing it for me, Charlie. So there's nothing wrong with saying, excuse me, agreeing to the fact that. Yes, Quables helped you. Why? Tombolo. Are you flowing with me? There's nothing wrong agreeing to the fact that Quables and Nanyame used to, yes, God used him. But when there was nobody there for me, they hear. No. When people started talking, when you ask them this question, they'll be like, it was God. Instead of the person, God passes through people. So the person's name should be mentioned. Down. Say no, he passes through people. So Quables is the person that agreed and then put his career not on hold. He stopped like Ojai Bibia and then decided let's build your brand together. So when you go on these interviews and they ask you these questions, that's God. Just feel free. Say it as it is because see, Quables is hurt and he would forgive you. But it's not like Obebo would do or anything. Baby Obekobiano. You feel like you are going higher, but then not gradually, not fade your back from. And since you left, DWP, me, I don't see some back from, honestly. I honestly don't think so. Definitely you're a brand. You built that brand over there. People have known you. Maybe there were gigs that you were doing already, and definitely they cannot come and disassociate that gig they've already planned to have you on. Yes, until they won't go anymore, right? But do not the efforts of others, Mbongu. There were so many dancers, and Quables said something which we are all thinking is true. He said that it is your what's it called? It's something you do. Only way start here there. No way jai, no way free ho. Now only way akoto. And the same thing now we jano wako for any manager for frono. You leave that manager to and go for. And I think I agree with him. Because you started something with somebody. You want to, leave. Oh, Quables, Charlie, let's have a conversation about this. I want to leave. I feel like now, my tabemu I can see what you do. So let me go while this person takes over, do whatever I was doing. Oh, be humble. But the contract now, you said you want to sign. Me, I want to know what was in the contract. Like, Quables, you guys, let's have, if maybe show his number, but there you come. And let's have a conversation about what was in the contract that he didn't want to sign. What was in the contract that Afronita also didn't want to sign? Mind you, one thing our parents, that I think Ghanaian parents need to, stop doing is, who say, oh, talent, You see, I have a talent. My mom sees I have that talent. But, on to me and manage me. There's no way you can manage them. If you can't find, the people that can help you, now the Udia as a manager, Nakia's mom is managing her. That's so perfect. Obetimi are fine. But if you can't, don't see them as greedy as a I don't get. There was a comment I saw under the whole Dance God thing after the interview was released. Let's read this comment. Or saying, I'm concerned about getting involved in management these days because of how some friends and family members make it look. It seems eventually they make it appear as if you've done something wrong. I used to manage many talents in the past. This issue is why I'm ignoring all these management things in Ghana. I prefer working with foreigners. In Ghana, managing like just 400 artists almost drove me crazy. They will make you look bad as if you are taking their money or advantage over them. Now, handling 1,200 plus foreign artists feels much more comfortable without any stress. Ghanaian talents seem to have their own set of problems, which is perhaps why people are hesitant to invest in them. If somebody says, oh, manager, Charlie, or the Nisika, most of them stop whatever thing they were doing and say, I want to, help you. Now, Ghanaian artists, you get that help. You who say, Wababi Boss 1, 2, 3, Biso, or Kosikane Bakakra, then like now, they want to forget that somebody held their hand and brought them there. Why do people do that? Like, I'm just asking. Because, look, when Quables, when it was outside that when Kojo Sheldon hadn't interviewed these two people, it looked as if Quables was, the bad guy. But after watching the interview, and listening to both sides and reading comments under the interview, I'm sure you've seen it. It's not me, I'm in America. Most of you are seeing that DancegodLlyod is an ungrateful human. And I'm in America, Ghanaians it's under the comments. If you go and watch the interview, everyone is talking about it. There's nothing wrong with you leaving, but how you left is the problem. Why do you just wake up and say, I've left a group I co-founded? You just leave. How? If there were no issue, you are telling us there's no issue with you and them, but you just wake up one morning and say, I have left when there's no issue. That's good. Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense, because you cannot just wake up and say, I have left. Let's also listen to this interview again.
Oh,
Why
Charlie.
did you leave them?
I guess that you vex me because of something else.
No. Me, I vex you because you left them.
Oh no.
I won't be the reason why you say that.
Oh no.
I didn't have any conversation with anybody. Funny enough,
You just left?
that is how I live my life.
Wait, you woke up and left?
Yes.
Oh, bro. Were you not under contract?
With who?
You were a
Something that I
co-founder.
built with someone. What is contract?
No, but you were a co-founder for DWP, right?
I'm a co-founder doesn't mean I build contract with someone.
Did you not sign anything?
No.
That's good. How can you just wake up and leave a group you co-founded? It means you had issues with people, if not with people, with your co-founders or whoever it was. And you're a man, Charlie. Sit down, address the issue, and go your way. Rather than right now, like there's we can't call you to come back. Go back, fine, one bar. But Charlie, we are seeing you in a different eye. Like you said, the enfant, whatever people say, and you was same, but because we will talk about it. So please, dance God. If you were the reason why Afronita also left, which is looking like, I said one out in the beam, and I said baby sana, or no, so she's left actually. Afronita right now. Yesterday I saw about 20 comments of people saying, and I'm unfollowing her and I'm unfollowing her. See, it's not good for your brand though. Just find, Quables will forgive you, but listen, karma is a bitch. Karma, like you have no idea. You think like, oh, BBI, you're fine right now, the money is coming, but later, no. That's why you'll be BB. Then you have to go back. And no, sometimes we do peak, no. Then it will just, everything will just come down like that. So please, this is my unsolicited opinion on this particular issue. From both interviews, after listening to both interviews, Quables and then, DanceGod, after we heard from them, I, celebrity, on the Celeb Speaks podcast, I am saying that DancegodLlyod. Yes, that's how we end this episode of Celeb Speaks podcast. And like I said in my intro, Tombolo is the best Sobolo brand on the market. Tombolo Sobolo. You need to call them on 0205282277. Come out. So call them and get yours. Until then, until I get my studio guests on the show to have this discussion at length. My people, see you another time. I am Celebrity and I speak. Bye-bye.